Hello again, my friends. Welcome back to JP26. This is your boy JP. And of course, this is Studio 26. I am so excited we have the NFL back, and it is indeed better than ever. We already got some early favorites. We already got some early dumpster fires. And we got everything in between. It's the power rankings. Let's get to it.
Keep it real, JP. 26 for the studio. What's the deal lately? To the 6 storylines we go. Hey JP, your charges are looking awesome. I can't wait until they find a way to fuck it up at the end of the year.
All right, guys, now it is time to get into the power rankings. The power rankings today are going to be 4 different tiers. From the bottom tier to the tier above that to the tier above that. And then if your math is good, you know there's one more tier. So that's got to be your top tier. Let's start with the teams that are dead.
Y'all want to see a dead body?
Yeah.
We call this tier 6 feet under. Cleverly devised by me.
Shut up, bitch!
All right, so starting off with number 32, the New Orleans Saints, who are so bad that they're tanking for Arch Manning. No, I'm kidding with you. They're probably going for a different quarterback. The Miami Dolphins, they are also pretty dang bad. I would expect their coach to be gone halfway through the year, but hey, at least you're in Miami, right? Then you have the Carolina Panthers, who, you know, everybody wrote Bryce Young off the first time, and he made his comeback. And now we're back to writing Bryce Young off. They're still really bad at football. The Cleveland Browns. Is it going to be Joe Flacco? Is it going to be Gabriel? Is it going to be Shador, maybe? Doesn't matter. They suck no matter what quarterback they put in. Then we have the Tennessee Titans, who look absolutely awful in every way imaginable. Except Cam Ward. He looks pretty good. Yeah, but outside of that, your guys' team looks like shit. Then we have the Chicago Bears, who are maybe the most disappointing team in the NFL. Get the big-time coach, Ben Johnson, right? Everything's going to work out, and
Oh no! We suck again!
And those are my 6 shite teams. Sorry if you made that list. Hopefully I'm wrong about your team, but that's the way I see things. On to the 7 above water. All right, the 7 teams just above water. The New York Jets coming in at the bottom of this list. Showed some promise in week 1. Showed absolutely no promise in week 2. They are probably going to make it into that bottom tier here soon. Then the New York Giants. Great defensive line. Dexter Lawrence, Abdul Carter, Tavon Thibodeau, Brian Burns. They're going to be able to get after the quarterback. They have all these things going for them. And then Russell Wilson. Yep, they're a shite team. Then we got the Bengals, 2-0. Looking real good for the Bengals. Finally able to put up the points that we need to put up to win these games early in the season. And then Joe Burrow goes down for probably 3 months. Yep, Bengals season's probably over. Then we have the Dallas Cowboys. Got rid of one of the best players in football. Sent him to the Green Bay Packers, but that's all right. The Cowboys will continue to be able to move. No, they won't. Cowboys are probably going to remain pretty bad. Then we have the New England Patriots. A lot of promise coming to this year. Drake May, Mike Vrabel, going to be able to right the ship. Week 1, week 2, a little better. Drake May looks pretty good. We'll see what we got in store. Don't expect too much from this team, but certainly better than the last few years. The Jacksonville Jaguars, looking like they were going to get off to a hot start to begin the year. And then they go and turn the ball over 3 times against the Bengals backup quarterback. Bengals don't have Joe Burrow. And somehow the Jaguars lose the game. Call me a non-believer. finally rounding out this list, we have the Minnesota Vikings. Personally, I thought the Vikings were going to be very good this year. Really good roster. They still have a chance, right? That's why they're in this list and not the bottom list. They could still turn their season around. But JJ McCarthy looks like he is fucking struggling.
You suck, you jackass.
Why don't you shut the hell up?
Not sure how much they're going to be able to fix that. Those are your 7 teams above water.
Impressive. Very nice.
And listen, for these teams that are the 7 above water, I'm not saying your season's over. I'm just saying it's probably over, you know?
You shut your mouth when you're talking to me.
Except for you Giants and Jets fans, your season's over.
Wait a goddamn minute, Rondell. That's not part of the party.
Probably should have made that an 8 feet under with those 2 teams. On to the 9 alive. These are the 9 teams that may not necessarily be in my top 10, but any of these teams could sneak in at any moment.
Boy, you kind of snuck up on me there.
I am very, very sneaky, sir.
The Pittsburgh Steelers with Aaron Rodgers. Ooh, Pittsburgh's got that vaunted defense. They got that MVP Aaron Rodgers, except their defense isn't all that great right now, and Aaron Rodgers is in his 40s. Then we have the Las Vegas Raiders, starting out the year hot with 1-0. Maybe they'll make me eat my words because I kept them out of the top 10, but when it's all said and done at the end of the day, not a big believer in their defense. Prove me wrong, Raiders. Arizona Cardinals, starting off the year hot, 2-0. Both wins look pretty ugly to me. Both wins look like a team that will eventually burn out and not be much to end the year. But hey, you know what? So far, you're 2-0, so you're on the list. Seattle Seahawks. I picked you over the Arizona Cardinals before the year started, so I'm going to give you the advantage even though you're 1-1 and not 2-0. Does that make me biased? Probably so. But your Seattle Seahawks are ahead of those Arizona Cardinals. And above them, we have Mac Jones and the 49ers. Mac Jones, of course, going to take over Brock Purdy's job. Just kidding. Kind of. And, of course, we have above them the Denver Broncos. Now, Broncos fans are all in an uproar today because the team looked like they fell apart against the Indianapolis Colts, and they should have had that game. The sky is not completely falling. Everything's fine. They have a great defense, and that quarterback, Bo Nix, can still go. Over in Atlanta, we have the Falcons coming in on this list, and I do not think people are realizing how good the Falcons can be. They have all those weapons on offense. Their defense has been playing spectacular. They finally have a pass rush, but I'm not ready to put them ahead of the Buccaneers yet. Then we have the Texans coming in just above the Falcons. Sure, the Texans look like they're struggling. Sure, they look like they have all kind of problems along their team, and they certainly do. But they also have a great defense to build on and a guy named CJ Stroud. You guys can count out CJ Stroud, but I will not be that guy to do that. And speaking of people counting them out, the Kansas City Chiefs. Everybody wanted to write this team off. Am I going to put them in my top 10? No. They're 0-2. Can't do that. But we've seen this story before. Patrick Mahomes, Andy Reid, they still have magic. I believe it. Until they are knocked out completely, I am not sleeping on these Chiefs. Although I do hope it continues this way. And here we are, the top 10 teams of the NFL season after week 2, according to me. Let's get right into it. Starting off at number 10 is the Indianapolis Colts and their quarterback, Indiana Jones. And yes, I am the first one to say I am sorry because I thought Daniel Jones was trash. Still kind of do. Still waiting for the other shoe to drop. But it has not as of yet, so I have to eat my words. Shout out to the Colts playing unbelievable football. Number 9, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. They still have Baker Mayfield. They still have Egbuka. They still have Evans. And they have plenty of playmakers on the defensive side of the football, playing one of the weaker divisions in football. I expect the Buccaneers to be around come playoff time. Number 8, my San Diego Chargers. I have loved the way that Jim Harbaugh has instilled his personality into this football team. And in years past, you have a guy like Rashawn Slater go down for the Chargers before the year. The year is already over. Not the case with these Chargers. They come in at my number 8 team. Number 7, we have the Rams. Matthew Stafford, Sean McVay. You have Puka Nacua. You have Devontae Adams making plays. Oh, yeah, and a guy named Jared Verse on defense. They have some guys that can really go on that young defensive line. Love the Rams moving forward, and they look really good to start the year. The Detroit Lions. Of course, the Detroit Lions looked miserable week 1 against those Packers, but let's remember the Packers are one of the top teams in football right now, and the Lions put an absolute beat down on the Chicago Bears.
Why are you in such a bad mood?
What do you care?
And sent Ben Johnson, their old offensive coordinator, back to Chicago with a red ass.
What do you mean by that?
Washington Commanders, as much as everybody wants to count these Commanders out because they have a older defense, I am a Jaden Daniels believer, and I'm also a believer in a veteran defense come playoff time. Sure, they didn't look very good against the Packers, but we talked about this with the Lions. That is possibly the best team in football right now, the Packers. So
It's true. It's not true.
number 3, Buffalo Bills, Josh Allen. Say no more. As long as you have that guy, you have a chance. That guy is unbelievable at football. Continues to do it week in, week out, season in, season out. And he is right up there for the MVP frontrunner once again. And speaking of MVP frontrunners, number 2, Lamar Jackson and the Baltimore Ravens. And I know a lot of you are thinking, how do you have the Ravens ahead of the Bills when the Bills went out and beat the Ravens in week number 1? Well, I will tell you how.
That just makes no fucking sense. I mean, it's just bullshit.
The Ravens had a huge lead on the Bills. Should have put that game away. Unfortunate events. Fumbling by a guy who never usually fumbles in those moments.
I'm tired of this, Grandpa.
Let's remember that was in Buffalo. So, I really like this Ravens team. I think they have a big ability to put it together by the end of the year and be very dangerous. But the number 1 team, as you guys can see, is going to be the Green Bay Packers. For me, when I look at a team, there's a few things that I want to see for Super Bowl contenders. I want to, number 1, see a defense that can go out there and shut people down, which with the additions of Micah Parsons, they can certainly do. And I also want to see a good offensive line mixed with good weaponry. And that's exactly what the Packers have. They have a very balanced offense. They have a running back that can get downhill. They have a couple good tight ends, including a great tight end in Tucker Kraft. They have all kind of weapons on the outside. They have a quarterback who looks primed and poised and ready to go get his team a Super Bowl. And as I mentioned to you before, that defense is legit. When you can go out there and shorten the quarterback's window of time, come playoff time, for him to be able to think and process in those big moments, I think that those are the teams that have the biggest advantage. We've seen it time and time again, from the New York Giants Super Bowl wins to the Philadelphia Eagles Super Bowl wins over the last number of years, to even Chris Jones and the Chiefs. Everybody gives Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs offense that credit, but you got to give that defense credit for the Chiefs as well. And the list goes on over how many teams that we can point to that have had their pass rushers dominate at the end of the year. So this is why I have those Green Bay Packers as your number 1 team. And we'll see if that changes moving forward. Shout out to Packers Nation.
Yeah, well, that's just like your opinion, man.
But that is it for today. Do not forget to like and subscribe. All right? We got 2 Monday night games coming up tonight, and hopefully with the Buccaneers playing the Texans and the Chargers playing the Raiders, they don't make me look like a fucking idiot for my power rankings. Okay? See you next time.
What? What an idiot! Oh, what a loser! Good. Good.
It's been a while. See how rusty I am.
Just don't ask me to lend you any money, you know?
Can I just have some?